Okay, Dr. Metro Fru.
Yes.
So you are the lead attorney of the Anglophone leaders who are detained in Yaoundé, and once again the trial was postponed.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened?
Yes, we started the hearing at 11 a.m. and as usual, the leaders were not brought to court. The president made a comment and then asked us to observe why the leaders were not in court. So we took the floor, and after my junior colleague spoke, and I spoke. In fact, I actually asked for a proof of life because for several sessions now they have not brought them.
Yes.
And we're getting made to understand that the families are not allowed to visit them. So what's going on? So when I finished, all of a sudden before when I just finished, my colleague from Bamenda took over, and before he said one or two words, the colonel from SAID walked in. And then the judge said, aha, it's you who have been waiting. Where are the detainees?
Yes.
He said he was not served with a warrant, production warrant, and that he only saw it on social media. And then the Avocat General who was representing the state was able to prove to him that he was served.
Good.
And he has proof of service.
Good. Now, can you explain, because people want to know why will the director of SAID, right, claim that he was not served with a notice?
Well, he said he was not served with a warrant.
The warrant.
Production warrant.
Yes.
Has to produce the leaders. So the state, represented by the Avocat General, was able to prove that he was actually served. So that's when he got embarrassed, and the judge now took over and said, listen, I am ordering you now, the next hearing, we want to see the leaders in front of me.
Good.
And said, you will bring them. And ordered that they should be brought by him, the colonel.
By the colonel, yes. So, and
on
you,
the 1st of November.
On the 1st of November.
That's when the matter was adjourned.
Great. The matter was adjourned on the 1st of November.
Yes.
And you now, as the lead attorney, knowing how the proceeding has been unfolding,
yes,
do you have any hope that on the 1st of November, the leaders of the Anglophone, the interim government, will be presented in court?
Yes. Given the demeanor of the judge, a very positive one, I must say. I think the colonel got the message. I think they will be brought before the court. If nothing happens between now and then.
Okay.
What I mean by what?
Yeah. What do you mean by if nothing happens between now and then? Because there are rumors that they might be free.
Well. You are a politician. You know the results of the presidential election. Even though people are working overnight to either change the result or do whatever.
Yes.
But if the results remain the way they are, there's a good chance that they'll be free. So even if it doesn't remain the way they are, if they fraud and they get themselves elected again, your guess is as good as mine. What is going to happen to the leaders?
Okay, Barrister, from the last interview I had with you, which was a kind of more pessimistic,
yes,
you seem this time around more optimistic. What makes you think that this same government that has not been able to allow the leaders to come to court on 2 or 3 occasions, if I'm not wrong, their families no longer have access to them, will all of a sudden decide to have a change of mind?
Well, just before I left Yaoundé, it looks like the day that when Yaoundé, the families were allowed to see them. So they are alive. Let me put that to rest.
Yes.
Secondly, I'm a little bit optimistic, not quite, but because if the results of the presidential election are maintained the way they're supposed to be, because I know that Mr. Campbell won. I say this without, because I have been in the counting commission, I have experience, I know what is going on. If there is no frauding, and Kamto is declared the winner, I think the first thing we'll do is that we'll release not only the leaders, but all the other English-speaking Cameroonians who are English-speaking or Amazonians who are languishing
in jail.
in jail.
So your counting is on
I'm counting because of the political climate.
climate, yes.
But I cannot be too sure.
Yes.
But I'm a little bit better than I was last time.
Yes. Now tell us, when you talk about, I know you are the lead attorney for the IG
Yes.
detainees. Now let's move away a little bit from there. You seem to think that Kamto has won, whereas we don't have a definitive result. Isn't it premature? Is it legally allowed?
Let me tell you.
For a man
no.
like Kamto, a legal luminary, to decide to proclaim himself as the winner?
Listen, Kamto is a legal luminary, as you said. He's a professor agrégé de droit. Let me give
The French title.
This man got all the procès verbals of all the police stations, and he has computed everything before coming out. I want to indicate in the law, the Electoral Code, in its Article 113, says the first proclamation of results is done in the polling station, and it's publicly done. And after it's proclaimed by the polling station manager, by the president, a procès verbal is issued to every candidate who is represented in that polling station. And based on that, you can already say who has won those elections. I'm talking from my experience in 1992, when Mfoundi won. We were already aware.
Okay, now what is the difference between 1992 when Mfoundi won?
Social media has come to help the situation. It's even easier now. It's very easy now. The social media now has helped a lot. And from all my connections around the country, I can say without mixing words that Maurice Kamto has won his elections. If anything happens thereafter, you know that it is no longer the normal.
Okay. And to conclude, now coming back to our topic here is, so you can confidently say, perhaps, let me just say confidently, perhaps on the 1st of November, when the appeal, when the
case comes
up, the leaders of the interim government will be presented at the Mfoundi Appeals Court.
Yes, that I can say, given the demeanor of the judge. Yes, they will be brought out. And if they don't bring them out, then it becomes a different story.
Okay.
Now, secondly, I'm a little bit optimistic because if the results of the presidential election stay the way they are,